Decades ago, a woman named Bridget O'Brien fell in love with a man named Jack Anderson. They grew up in the same small village of Doon in County Limerick, Ireland. They met again years later at Gallagher Park in the Bronx. On April 30th, 1960, they got married. They had 9 children: Tom, Dan, Mike, Kevin, Sean, Brian, Marion, Siobhan, and my mom, Bridget.
Growing up, we lived across the street from our parish, so we were very good about going to church every weekend. 9 kids in the family, so we all, went to religious school and our communion, and it was a very big part of our life growing up.
I remember vividly my father, who worked in construction all week long, getting ready for Mass on Sunday morning and putting on his Sunday best, his shirt and tie and suit, and going to Mass. And he took me pretty much every week.
Our parish was a very strong part of our upbringing.
As brothers and sisters, we all walked across Roosevelt Avenue and went to 6 o'clock Mass on Sunday evening, every Sunday.
We used to think of ourselves more about what parish we grew up in as opposed to what town we grew up in.
On May 15th of 1974, Jack passed away after suffering a massive heart attack while working on the 2nd Street subway 7 stories below ground. For the years that followed, my grandma raised her children in a small red house on 59th Street of Woodside, Queens. Life was not always easy, but as Andersons do best, they kept the faith and found their way. They worked hard with the ethic instilled in them by their mother and father. Soon enough, they're all grown up. A Navy SEAL, a firefighter, a science teacher, an FBI task force officer, a nurse, a lawyer, husbands and wives, mothers and fathers. Some of the funniest and strongest people you'll ever meet. The people who raised me.
My name is Bridget Gallagher.
Well, my name is Marion Anderson Foreman.
My name is Tom Anderson.
Hi, Thor.
My name is Sean Anderson. The camera's all fixed.
My name is Siobhan Tagliente.
My name is Jackie Anderson.
My name is Brianna Gallagher.
My name is Jack Foreman, Jack Anderson Foreman.
Here's a little child, Jack. He's doing crying whinies.
My name is Connor John Anderson.
Let me see that beautiful face.
I am Kyle Foreman.
Are you a great diver? What kind of dives can you do? A backflip.
My name is Mike Foreman.
Oh, jeez.
My name is Brendan Anderson.
Hi, Brendan Brown.
I'm Courtney Anderson.
Hi, Courtney, baby girl.
I'm Emma Anderson.
Emma, say hi.
My name is Owen Anderson.
My name is Hannah Tagliente. I'm Kevin Anderson.
What did the cowboy say when he walked into a German car showroom?
Shut up.
Too much information. Howdy.
Faith is the guiding principle of my life. I have found that my faith has sustained me through good times and bad.
I always really believed in God, and I had a lot of faith in something, but it wasn't really necessarily about my Catholic religion.
I don't defend the church or its practices. The church stands for itself for me, for what it was growing up, and if people want to have an opinion different from mine, I respect it entirely because I haven't walked in their shoes and I don't know why they feel, the way they do.
As I grew older, I grew apart from the church in a great way.
I think over time it's become a little less present in my day-to-day life.
I do believe in God. I will identify as Roman Catholic, but I do not attend church on a regular basis.
Faith is something that comes during times of trouble. And with a large family, sometimes trouble comes in bunches. Sometimes it doesn't come at all for long stretches of time.
I always feel like it doesn't matter who your God is, but I do think there is God, and I think that everybody should believe in something a higher power than themselves.
God is love. God is all-seeing, all-caring, all-powerful. God came. God exists before us. God will exist after us. And God is the epitome of what people should be to one another.
I was raised Catholic, but I wouldn't say I'm particularly religious today. I do think I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious.
I was brought up Irish Catholic by my mother and my extended family. I was a full believer until I was approximately 13, 14 years old. Then I started questioning my belief.
I guess when I was younger, I thought like I had to go to church, I had to do this and that because that's what my parents said or like religion class said.
When I was younger, I have memories of waking up to go to like 7 o'clock mass on Saturday with my dad and my brother, and sometimes my mom would go, but she worked at nights, so that was sort of like the thing that my dad and I and my brother did together. And then after church, we would often go to like the card store and get candy after, so it was something that I have like good memories about, and I always enjoyed it.
My mom was my religion teacher, so it was always like a fun thing that I looked forward to. And then I became a religion teacher when I was in high school, so it's something that I've always enjoyed.
With this faith, it shows me how I have to respect others no matter what they may believe. If they believe in evil, well then, pray for them, that they will find the good.
For me, it like kind of came to like this fulcrum of like where the intersection of like my sexuality and my religious practice would come together, because I just didn't know how they would work, because you can't really believe in just a page of the Bible or just a chapter. It's kind of an all or none kind of deal.
All religions, they might have a different story, different characters, but ultimately we're all trying to do the same things and come down to the same essential truth.
I then decided that I wanted to believe in something that everyone could be a part of. It wasn't singular to any specific belief or any specific family. And so I believe more in a higher power.
I don't really have any rituals, I don't go to church or anything, but I don't know, I do find myself thinking about God for what it's worth.
Well, went from church to now meditation and yoga. I try to meditate 2 to 3 times a week.
We all are a piece of or an image of God, and that if we can find that within each other and serve each other in that respect, that really it doesn't matter what kind of form we take in terms of religion or lifestyle or spirituality. If you have something that you practice and it brings you outside of yourself, I think that's the most important part.
Before this last semester of school, I was an atheist. But then I took this philosophy class, which brings up this Ream Descartes proof of God.
I still don't know it, but I find it all different kinds of places. I see it in when I go snowboarding. You have like that, your head is clear. Or like when I meditate, it's like what you want to experience. Or when you're, I try and espouse it in like the way I treat people or the way I eat or whatever.
I feel like I still relate back to my beliefs as being Catholic and that whole religion that I was taught when I was growing up, but I don't take everything that I was taught, but it's still important because it's part of our family and our family traditions, and I still pray because I believe that there's somebody that's like greater than all of us on earth here.
Basically, I think therefore there must be a God, because everyone has this innate idea that a God exists and there's this perfect being, and so he says that finite beings like humans can't imagine infinite beings without having already been exposed to them.
Drinking a nice cold chorus really keeps me grounded with God. When I was younger, it was something that we always did as a family, and then in high school it was something that I took upon myself to be a part of, and then I kind of lost that in college.
Faith is actually something that I don't like that word, because as a scientist, it's like everything you do has to have experimental proof or evidence or a rigorous way of showing it's true, and faith is just kind of, to an extent, it really is believing without any evidence.
It felt like my parents just telling me to go to church, and I never really understood it, but I like to sing, so I was in choir. Then I got a solo, and then I quit choir.
Then I went to Jesus Camp and I quit church.
I don't know, I just kind of grew apart with it, but I still like have it and feel it with me every day. And like sometimes I'll still pray, but it's not like I go to church every Sunday. It's much less rigorous than it used to be, I'd say.
That's me, almost 20 years ago.
What's your name?
Danny.
Danny.
A month from now, I'll graduate from a Jesuit university in the Bronx, one of the liveliest, most diverse, and misunderstood boroughs of New York City.
Give you a hug, Danielle? No? Okay, that's okay. Next time.
I've spent time trying to learn from diversity, understand my privilege, act with responsibility to protect the more vulnerable shareholders in this unpredictable, unforgiving game that we call life. Caught up in this journey to connect with people that didn't look or sound like me, I drove right past the ones who do, my own family. If we can't appreciate our differences with the people closest to us, how can we expect peace in a world of 8 billion unique individuals? Diversity can exist so close to you that you can't even see it at first, right in your blind spot. I don't believe there is a man in the sky keeping tallies of our rights and wrongs. I do believe in something invisible and tangible and universal, something that does not exist above us but within and between us. It can conquer the forces that drive war, suffering, hate, and injustice. It is the only religion that belongs to us all. It doesn't take a quest to find, it's always there, and it doesn't take a lifetime of study or observance to learn. Just ask a kid.
How would you describe God?
Love.
We all come into this world and eventually we all leave it. I can't tell you that there's a purpose to any of this because I'm not so sure that there is, but I can say that if there's anything keeping us here, it's our faith in tomorrow, and if there's anything keeping us all together, it's love.